She's number. Understand, I think it's a full right to you.
I call the meeting to order. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I don't even think that.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't believe we have any added agenda items. Did you have anything else? All right, so under commendations, do you want to do this?
Sure. We actually have three commendations. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Kaminsky to come up and do our National Merit Scholarship honor that we're very pleased to share with the board.
Thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth, can you come up here? Everyone, this is Elizabeth Rommel. Elizabeth earned a letter of accommodation for her academic promise for her performance during the PSAT and MSQT of October 24. So she scored high enough to be recognized. So we just wanted to say congratulations to Elizabeth. As you guys know, the PSAT and MSQT are not easy tests. So she did very, very well. So we're very proud of her, and she's not hiding her Panther pride, as Mrs. Anderson would say. Elizabeth, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Yeah, certainly no small achievement. So congratulations, Elizabeth.
Yes, congratulations.
Wow.
All right, and next we have our Q1 Crystal Apple recipients.
Yes, and with that, we have Dave Mosier with us as well. Dave, you can stand up if you want. I'll put you on the spot. So just to give a little background on the Crystal Apple, it's in partnership with Horace Mann. And with that partnership, it's a quarterly staff recognition, one staff member per building. A couple of the nomination criteria is that it can be any staff member, certified or non-certified, who has demonstrated an understanding of the needs of students as individual or as a group. They demonstrate through their actions, supportive and caring relationships. They help support positive and compassionate school climate where students and adults are physically, emotionally, and intellectually safe, and they exhibit a collegial and collaborative approach and challenge students to reach high standards and expectations. So certainly we value our partnership with Horace Mann, and certainly Dave has been a fixture in the school since I've been here for 20 plus years. And, it's a great way to recognize our staff with that. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Dave, before we bring up each of the schools.
Not really. I'd just like to say, I grew up in East Windsor. I graduated from East Windsor, and I just keep coming back. So just thrilled that we can continue on the partnership. And this is my 21st or 22nd year with Horace Mann. So we've been partnering this whole time. So just excited to continue it in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. So we're going to start with Broadbrook, Mr. Ryan, to introduce our Broadbrook Crystal Apple Award recipient.
Cecilia.
Pieces.
Pieces. Oh, it's okay.
You always want to make sure.
Not attached.
So I have the honor and privilege of honoring Miss Cecilia Rose. Cecilia is a team member of the special education department, but I would say of all of Broadbrook School. And the nomination that was written for her reads as following. Cecilia is a team player. She works hard to meet all students' needs. She goes above and beyond helping colleagues, students, and assisting with extra duties and coverage. Cecilia has a great rapport with staff and students alike. Cecilia is able to manage students' behaviors, academic needs, as well as classroom responsibilities. She's an asset to the special education department. And I would also like to say, not only that, but she puts a smile on everybody's face when she walks in. I know she also helps out with the FRC program. So she is pretty much our everything tool in our building. So congratulations.
Middle school, Mr. Field.
That's me. All right. Mrs. Fisher.
Thank you.
All right. So Mrs. Fisher was nominated for East Windsor Middle School's Crystal Apple Award Quarter 1 winner. So Mrs. Fisher has done a really great, amazing job all the time, but this year really has brought her A game. So one, we have a newer UA team. She really has taken that and has really helped them out to do a great job every day. She's really taken the lead on our MTSS behavior team too, helping out with morning check-in and afternoon check-in with students, making sure they're going to make good choices throughout the day, using the library really to help that out. And it's really helped this year having this part of the team. It's really much smoother than last year. So thank you so much for your help with that. Really, with our books too, Mrs. Fisher every year gets books for our students for the summer reading. So every kid can bring home a book to read. That's really important. She really does a really good job of hearing the students' needs for books and interests and getting books that our students are going to read, and really pushes them to get other books and genres that they might be interested in. Also, I know there's a lot here. She does our scholastic book fairs 3 times a year. So not just one, but 3 times a year. If you've ever been to a book fair, there's a lot of work to do. She organizes it. And then she takes all the money we receive and does a buy one, get one free in May for our students. So students can buy one book and they get a free one, which really helps out our families. So Miss Fisher has done a really amazing job. I really do appreciate everything she does for East Windsor Middle School and our students. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'll ask Mrs. Kaminsky to come up for high school.
2 pieces.
2 pieces. Kat McClellan, will you please come up? This to you first.
2 pieces.
2 pieces. This is Mrs. McClellan, our art teacher, and she was nominated, so I'd like to read a few words about her. It is with great enthusiasm that I nominate Kat McClellan for the Crystal Apple Award. Kat is an exceptional educator whose dedication to her students and colleagues embodies every aspect of this honor. Kat demonstrates a deep understanding of her students, both as individuals and as members of a learning community. She approaches each learner with empathy and respect, taking time to understand their academic strength, goals, and social emotional needs. Her classroom is a safe, supportive space where every student feels valued and capable of success. Relationships are the core of Kat's work. She builds caring, trusting connections through consistent feedback, encouragement, and genuine belief in each student's potential. Her classroom radiates positivity, structure, and joy, creating a compassionate environment where students thrive. Kat inspires a true love for learning. She weaves goal setting, reflection, and feedback into her daily practice, helping students take ownership of their growth while developing confidence, independence, and resilience. Beyond her classroom, Kat is a collaborative and supportive colleague. She shares her expertise freely, contributes to a positive school culture, and models professionalism and creativity in all that she does. Kat McClellan exemplifies what it means to educate with both excellence and heart. She creates a community where students and staff feel intellectually challenged, emotionally supported, and deeply connected. She is richly deserving of the Crystal Apple Award. And if you ever have the ability to come to the high school, in one of her hallways, she always posts student work, and it's truly astounding how she can get any student to do artwork, and she inspires a lot of people. So thank you, Kat, so much for everything you do.
Congratulations to everybody.
We had a third one. It's Board of Recognition, Board of Education Recognition of Service. So both Kate and Heather, for those in the audience, our chair and vice chair, this is their last meeting. We tried to go back and figure out how many years of service. Kate, I think we figured out 8 years of service for you. Heather wasn't quite sure, about the same amount.
5, 6 years?
5, 6 years.
Yeah, I think it was 9 because I was appointed and then ran twice. So yeah, 9 years.
So certainly, obviously, being a fixture for 5 and 8 years, we certainly appreciate your service. I can tell you on both behalf of the administrative team and the Board of Education, we want to thank you for your service, your dedication, and advocacy for our kids and the East Windsor Public School System. Certainly our recent accomplishments could not have been achieved without your support, and we greatly appreciate you, and certainly you will be missed. So thank you dearly.
Thank you very much.
Some flowers and cards for you.
Thank you. Guys.
And I know Courtney actually wanted to say a few words as well.
I want to take a quick moment to thank Kate and Heather for all the time, work, and dedication they have given to East Windsor Public School District and community. When I think back on when I began on the board to where we are now, the two of you have been a big part of the positive direction our schools are going. Both of your leadership, insight, and commitment have been a direct impact on our students, staff, and community. I can personally thank both of you for being available to talk to when I have questions or concerns. Kate knows my, do you have a minute, will most likely turn into 30. We do sometimes have a lot to say, and I've always felt heard. We have come a long way as a board, and the two of you have worked together collaboratively so well. You both put the kids at the forefront, and as you complete your service on the Board of Ed, your efforts and positive momentum will continue to resonate. The improvements in our schools, the curriculum, our pathways programs, and our policies will continue to benefit our students and community. And both of you have had a great part of this continuous positive progress. I'm thankful and proud to have served on the board with you both. Kate and Heather, we wish you all the success in your next adventures and know that you will be greatly missed. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, so at the end of commendations, we usually say you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but you don't have to. We understand it is a school night and we appreciate you coming out, especially when it's chilly and it's dark already. So you're welcome to head on out, or you are welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you for being here. There you go.
Hey, you back on like 3 years. I thought you were at like 11.
Thank you so much.
I should bring that out and Kate gave hers up.
Thank you.
Well, I think it was like, it had to be COVID because I remember going into a meeting and sitting in the audience in March when it was like, oh, we're shutting the school down. I think Brendan got
Yeah, you
his,
started 6 months after I.
Brendan got his, like third quarter of the year, whatever it was. And Brendan had it. I went to the meeting and then we shut down the schools.
Yeah.
And then in July, I was on the board.
I mean, kind of like 20 years, but then it seemed like yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. This is and Courtney.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've been
I'm sure.
Pretty much not.
remember those little people on this side.
Now, the nice thing is we have another great advocate. Very excited for it, so I said that quite out loud.
All right, so next on the agenda, we have our minutes from October 8th. I don't know if people had a chance to review those. They are in the packet. So if I could have a motion. Okay. All right, we had a motion by Noreen, and I'm sorry, the second one was Denise. Are there any further discussion or any changes to the minutes? All right, hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
Could make it really easy on you.
There you go. Yeah. The next is public participation. It looks like most of our public has taken advantage of the leaving situation and left, but do we have any public participation? All right, next we have our student representative report.
So Robert Elementary School continues to emphasize attendance, engagement, community involvement through positive incentives and recognition. Broadwick Elementary School held its second attendance incentive on Monday, November 3rd, celebrating students' commitment to regular attendance. A total of 278 students participated in a creative outdoor activity where they decorated the hardtop and sidewalks with colorful chalk drawings. In addition, each participating student added their name to the attendance incentive chart, proudly displaying in the school's main hallway as a visual celebration of their dedication. Students who earned PAWS Award for the month of October were recognized for their positive behavior and citizenship. Selected students had their photo taken with Biscuit, and their pictures are now featured in the main hallway showcase. Student growth in mathematics continues to be a point of pride. Progress on Reflex Math is being tracked and shared with 149 students in grades 2 to 4, leveling up to become math wizards. These achievements are celebrated as part of Broadwick Elementary School's commitment to fostering academic motivation and engagement. The October Family Mileage Club was another successful event promoting physical activity and family participation. This month, Broadwick Elementary School partnered with the local Cub Scout troop, who facilitated additional exercise stations and awarded stickers to students in completing each station. The collaboration brought great energy to the event and helped strengthen connections between Broadwick Elementary School and community partners. In middle school, we've had a lot happening at East Windsor Middle School over the past few weeks. Our eighth graders recently took the PSATs, and several of our eighth grade student leaders attended a leadership conference at American International College in Springfield. Our seventh graders enjoyed a field trip to Springfield where they visited 4 museums: the Michelle and Donald D. Moore Museum of Fine Arts, the Springfield Science Museum, the Lyman and Mary Wood Museum of Springfield History, and the Amazing World of Dr. Seuss Museum. Our cross-country team had 2 meets last week and competed in the middle school championship on Saturday, November 1st. On October 31st, we celebrated our attendance incentive for students with a 95% or higher attendance rate from September 2nd to October 25th. Students got to play bingo and won prizes. For the high school, on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, the high school had 22 students from Safe School Leaders and the National Honor Society who exemplified the competencies of our portrait of the graduate, lifelong learning, self-awareness, and responsible citizenship. These students are truly pride-worthy and never shy about not hiding those things. They celebrated Meeting Day with the middle school and Broadwick School communities, running activities across all grade levels, highlighting the importance of kindness and inclusion, and building meaningful connections with students of all ages. These relationships will continue to grow during future visits this school year, including Read Across America Day in March.
Thank you very much. All right, next on the agenda, we have the East Windsor High School Board.
Yeah, and we have Barbara and Daryl here presenting.
All right. So I talked to Allison earlier and I said I would take this mimics really the report I gave, I think last month, related to some of our SBAC scores and our performance there. So go ahead. So obviously in line with the strategic plan, in terms of our academics. And one of the things we're going to focus on tonight is MTSS, but especially the academic performance. And this links back to some of the conversations we had at the end of last year, even through budget season. Over the next several slides, we're going to take a look at our AP data, something that we've talked about for several years. We're starting to see some sustained success there. Our PSAT, our fall data, so that's our most recent data, and really highlighting, and in the packet, there's some charts there that I'll reference. The progress monitoring that we're currently doing that goes in line with some of the data analysis we have. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at our tiered intervention, which is something we did talk about last year, moving on to the high school. So first, good news, and this is actually something Kate and Heather, having been on the curriculum committee for several years, but when we started some of this work several years ago, and I think Fran, you were there, one of the goals that I had stated a number of times was every student who graduates from our high school should experience a college level course. So this slide points directly to that. So back in, obviously, school year 21, I've never been a proponent of saying, we need to score a certain percent on the AP scores. The purpose is give the students an experience and let them know what the challenges would be if they go on to higher education. Now, having said that, it's great to see the performance of the students who are taking these exams and the success rate we're having. So the last two columns, the percentage of exams that have passed with either a 3, 4, or 5, and then certainly the last one, the percentage of AP students who have passed at least one exam. So those numbers have really gone up over the last several years. And that's something that I think speaks to that success. And that really speaks to some of the tier 1 education that we've talked about throughout the district. That's what's being referenced there. This is a different chart, but one of the things you'll notice here, even from last year to this year, the gray bars is where we were scoring. So the scores of 1 or 2 last year, and then shift that over to this year, the difference in the percentages in the 3, 4, and 5. So that the trend line is definitely something that's worth celebrating. This chart, similar to the charts you've seen recently for our SBAC and NGSS scores. This is our reading and writing scores from March of 2022. This is the Alliance District. As you know, 50% of the state is part of the Alliance school districts. We were bottom of the third, or bottom third of all Alliance districts. Fast forward to this past year, we're in the top third. Certainly not where we want to be. We've talked about that. There's no getting around it, but the performance has definitely increased, especially in light of the other Alliance districts. And then the other chart, is our math. So March of 2022, and then more recently there. So again, something we certainly need to continue to work on. But in terms of the Alliance district, we're seeing the growth, especially in terms and related to some of the Alliance districts that we're often compared to. Couple of trends, and there's a number of other graphs in your packet that will specifically point to specific grade levels, so 9th, 10th, 11th grade levels. But the trends that you're going to see in those graphs, certainly an increase over the previous 5 years. The vertical alignment, I think, is important. So the success you're seeing at the elementary and the middle is now starting to reach the high school, and we're starting to see some of those trends going up there. The MTSS data systems are now fully functioning. Elementary school is the last school in the district to get it. But those trends, the data that we're able to collect from the MTSS process, whether it be academics, attendance, or behavior, are really allowing us to start looking at smaller groups, more focus, really focusing on the students who maybe need extra support, or subgroups of students who need additional support. I know that's something we spoke about at Curriculum Council. Bless you. And then lastly, high school academic intervention are really in the initial stages. Is there another slide?
This.
So in your packet, so it's not in here, but in your packet, there's 2 additional slides towards the end of the presentation. One of them focuses on intervention. So what that's meant to do is talk about the high school academic intervention. So a couple of things to remember. High school has credits, so the students need credits. It doesn't work in the same method as an elementary or middle school. So I give a lot of kudos to Allison and Barbara and the high school team. They spent a lot of time talking to Laura, a lot of time talking to Tim about what intervention should look like, and then adapting the system to what it really needs to be at a high school and carry credits. So that first slide that you see on that page is really kind of the outline of the week in terms of what intervention would look like at the high school. And that second slide specifically relates to the tutor that we added last year and some of their daily functions at the high school and what that looks like. But again, it all ties together. The tier one, we see the success. And again, we see the trends of success with the AP and the SAT, but then we dive deeper into the tier two and tier three. And that's really in light of some of the data that we've been able to start collecting. Questions? Yeah,
That isn't implemented, correct?
yes. Yep. Yeah, that is currently taking place right now.
Of course, I have a question. Yeah, just in terms of the first slide, top one, when it's talking about the, it gives, time. And it's 50 minutes static for semester or quarter. And then it's 25 minutes for intervention and 25 minutes for grade level support in that pod, or so to speak.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And are two teachers there or one teacher?
One teacher.
One teacher.
Yep. So per teacher, and I think on that slide, it says specific number of students per teacher.
Yep, there's 8. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so that's manageable.
It's manageable. Yeah. I mean, typically, so again, remember, it's not like the elementary or middle. Elementary, you're going to look at tier 2 or tier 3. You really need to be within the 5, no more than 5 students in a group. Again, intervention at a high school has to look a little bit different. But that's something I know Allison and Barb spent a lot of time on trying to get those numbers as low as possible, and trying to service all of the students who need to be seen.
And it probably feels good to the students too, having it done in this way so that it's not felt like a pullout, and I'm very different as far as.
Right, exactly. And smaller classes allows a little more one-on-one or smaller groups with 8, it's even smaller, so they're getting the instructions and support they need.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were done with the presentation. So going back, do we have any data currently on the trends in the attendance and behavior for MTSS? Because I think after our last curriculum meeting, like I certainly have a better understanding of, MTSS as kind of a model for outcome assessments. Do you have any information on that data and how that compares to last year at the high school?
So it's funny you say that because we had an MTSS meeting today, and I believe the chart Allison showed just specifically for attendance, it was 25% chronic absenteeism 2 years ago it was a decrease last year. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but this year it's about 15%. So because I just remember that specific data point catching my mind, it was like 10% over the last 2 years. So we're certainly trending in the right direction. And that's what we want to see.
Oh, and what about for referrals?
Referrals, I don't have that off the top of my head.
Okay.
But yes, we have that data.
Okay.
Because as you remember at our last meeting, every school works on a cycle. So every week is something new. So it might be attendance this week. It'll be behavior next week, academics the week following, and then we talk about systems.
Okay.
So every month you're cycling through each of those areas.
So basically this month we would have data as current as last.
That's when you talk. So this is getting more into the weeds, and we can certainly keep doing that at the curriculum meeting.
Okay.
The data is always there. It's daily,
Yeah.
but you're focusing on it every month.
Okay. I guess my ask would be like when we get to the school reports, that's kind of looking at this as just, titled high school report and only focusing on academics, which obviously is important. Like I'd love to see the improvements with our academic progress. But I think knowing that MTS is more of a holistic approach and view of our outcomes, I think even just getting some of that data doesn't have to be super in-depth, but for all of our school reports, I think that would just make it a little bit more comprehensive and certainly give me a better idea of, just the trends that we're seeing, and all of the things that we're monitoring through MTSS.
Yeah.
I think this one was just focusing more on AP specifically, and that's why I like the.
So we do, every school reports 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So like each report has its own focus. So certainly like the next time around, if you want it to be on behavioral data, it can be on behavioral data.
And then the other thing I would point you to, Gabby, is every newsletter that Allison sends out on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And I believe, you are CC'd on those all deal specifically. So the numbers that you're looking for are in those weekly reports.
Those are the ones that are up to date. Okay.
As I know, I do even show up there, we have like the SAT and the PSAT class in here. Do the kids get any, or like, are there recommended, like, when we were taking like SATs and stuff, there were like prep courses, there are things that, like, help kids do it. Is that something that is still done? And do we offer that stuff at the school, or is it something that like you refer out for the?
Now, we've actually added those courses in the last few years.
Okay.
Those were some of the new course proposals we added.
So I noticed,
You said you had one
question.
I know, you just know, I know. Okay, so then the next slide, that's the math tutor, right? That's tier 2 and tier 3. And these kids are being pulled up. So I said, those weren't, these are. Yeah, so they come out because they need that direct.
So those kids getting pulled out, maybe, they're getting forced to fit for the schedule, so they're getting pulled, like, they get pulled for freshman seminar, or if,
Okay.
So it says that pulled from study hall or first year
I
summer.
see that.
So
Yeah,
it's not from
yeah,
their
yeah,
other-
yeah.
Are the students okay with it?
yeah, the tutoring room is a nice place.
Yeah.
The tutor did a really nice job making it really welcoming, so I think they're enjoying it, because I think they're understanding math a little more, which takes a lot of anxiety away, so, yeah.
Yeah, to your question, Noreen, I spoke with one of the tutors probably 2 weeks ago, and she's like, Daryl, some of these kids are coming in saying, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I know I need to work on this, and, thank you for helping me.
My concern is that high schoolers are a different breed of children who don't necessarily want that to happen. So it's, but it's
So-
set up correctly, and that's.
Yeah, and I think that's been a learning process, because several years ago, we had interventions, and the high schoolers looked at it as, this is kind of baby's work.
Yeah.
And so it's completely different in the terms of what they're receiving. It has to be.
I think the scholar check-ins that we do 2 to 3 times a year, I should say, really help students kind of own that, like, I need help with that, because they sit down with Daryl was part of one, I think the most recent one. They sit with an adult and say, and they have a little report card, right? Academics, attendance.
They want to know.
And so they look at it and they're like, I really want to improve on this. So I think a lot of kids want to do well. I just think sometimes when you're in the setting of a classroom, it's hard to like ask that question.
Yeah.
So this smaller setting allows students to feel comfortable. And as soon as they feel comfortable, the guard's down, now they're learning.
I just want to say thank you. I know this took a lot of planning as far as the scheduling and figuring out how to do this and showing this in this way. It's been great.
Absolutely. I'll tell Allison you thanked me.
I'm a witness.
All right, next on the agenda, for discussion, we have the community engagement trifold, which was included. And, this was discussed at the last ad hoc, which I believe a lot of us were at, but some changes were discussed there. I know they're still working on getting a new photo, right, for the front
Correct.
section, is that?
So I believe the vast majority of the board was at the ad hoc meeting, looking at the trifold, providing feedback and input. I believe that input has been essentially implemented in this draft, with the exception of the picture. So we do know that we need to get an updated photo from CSG that differentiates the high school and middle school side. He had a term for it. I forgot what the term of that was. So once we get that, we'll implement it. But if you want to take a look and based on that feedback, see if we missed anything or if there's anything. And we do need to confirm with CSG and Jim that the percent of the 63.21 is the accurate number.
That's on the estimated costs portion. It says, current reimbursement rate.
Oh,
Fran, did you have a question?
I had a couple things, just thinking about looking at this, and I see to go along with my thought of making sure that it's apparent that this is 2 schools in 1 building. even if we just put up in the sky here, a little 2 schools, 1 building, just to, and looking at the back where we have a new construction project on the left-hand side for a combined middle and high school campus facility. Because that seems like a lot of words. But if you strike the combined, for if we have a new construction project for a middle and high school campus, get rid of facility because it's the same. And then maybe the next bullet down, we also have the combined, because combined, if somebody's gonna read that and they're gonna say, oh, they're gonna put all the kids together.
Yeah, change that.
So I think that combined needs to go.
Okay.
And then just to honestly, floating in the sky, if you just had like a little thing, 2 schools, 1 building.
I think there was those one campus. I think it was a different building.
One, 2 schools, 1 campus.
More of a.
Schools, 1 campus.
Yeah, I think the CSG one that we looked at the other night,
It was.
they had a better picture of the 2.
And I think that's what Patrick said that they were waiting.
They're going,
The
they
different-
indicated that they were going to provide a updated one that reflected the feedback and input provided at the ad hoc meeting.
I would just make one suggestion on like visually is maybe take this one right here and flip flop it so that the angles the other way. That way when you see the picture,
It shows.
it goes down. Yeah, that doesn't cut through the.
That's a good
thing.
design. I was
But-
trying to figure out how to remedy that. I was gonna say make it not as much.
Just if you
You could
pitch it the other way and then have it angled out.
That makes sense.
But this will be, so it's gonna be the trifold.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna see this, somehow the picture.
Yep.
When you take it out. Not for nothing, could we add an American flag someplace in the school?
That's pushing it, that's.
Huh?
So that's pushing it. I like the idea.
I can make
Just,
it.
just in terms.
I'm just thinking of people kind of looking at it.
I really like this a lot. I mean, I know we talked a lot about it in depth, that's ad hoc, but it's just clean, like you said.
Yeah.
I think it's eye catching and I really think a lot of people are gonna take them.
And they added the community forum in January and scanning the QR codes to learn
Yeah.
more about the project.
Love it.
So I think that's helpful.
And this is, and we now, people can do it if they scan, right, kind of it.
And it has the URL at the top too. So if you're not scanning and you just want to type in.
Yeah.
DW School Department.
So Patrick, you were gonna look at the cost, right?
Cost.
Cost of doing this.
Yeah, to be honest, just because much of the work, she really deserves a lot of credit. She did get the cost. It wasn't significant. What was it, about $1,000? I want to say it was about $1,000.
I can tell you if you give me half a second just for this to load. It was under $1,000.
Yeah, that's not postage. So at the ad hoc meeting, we didn't discuss about mailing it. What we said was placing them in public buildings, having them available as we're having and meeting with individuals. I will say last Thursday, I did attend the East Windsor Chamber of Commerce breakfast. I mean, it was a small group, but talked to the project. It's actually my second time talking to businesses about the project. I did with the first selectman attend the monthly coffee with seniors in the senior center. That was a good group to talk. They had a lot of really good questions updated on the school renovation projects with that group. But as we continue to meet with those groups, the thought process would be we would have these trifolds available to hand out as well. So I know at the ad hoc meeting, it was talking about the Broadbrook concert as an opportunity just to hand them out.
Yeah.
Noreen made a good point. It's not a great opportunity. No, but there are other opportunities. There were some really good suggestions during the ad hoc meeting, like for example, in early January, the high school has their block party. It's a great opportunity to just prior to offer like tours of the building as well, along with providing information. So we have a number of like middle school, high school concert, like carving out 30 minutes ahead of time, just providing like a 10-minute overview along with like a Q&A to parents and community members, and targeting and informing essentially our parent and community groups. So I think it was very good dialogue. A lot of good suggestions came out and things that are very doable as well.
I really like that idea of tours too, Patrick. So if we kind of put that out there a little bit, because, you know, to bring people through and to kind of see, you know, really and truly what, you know, what needs to be done. But if we did that, and put it out there and kind of, you know, timing, what would the times be that would be best? Whether it would be for you, I mean, we would want people traipsing through the school during the school day.
Kids are there. Yeah.
But,
I mean, we've done it before. We did it my first year. So we did it with all town leaders and we invited them. There was,
right after school, could we do like, you know, just,
I mean, I was thinking you'd piggyback back off the event. So if we have a block party, we would offer it like 30 minutes prior and, you know, we would get our leadership team and we break up in groups and we bring them around prior to the block party and would also encourage participation at the block party.
yeah. But there might be other opportunities, Patrick. So for example, you know, when it starts, if you put it on here, you know, if you're interested in seeing a tour after school, you know, I would indicate after school, please contact, I mean, I don't know if it's worth bringing one or two people if we want to, you know, I don't know if that's worth it, but one person spreads a lot of word in terms of kind of, you know, what they.
Yeah, I think what I would do is, I mean, so one, we would offer it as opportunities. So I wasn't suggesting that like January 7th would be like the only one. It would
Okay.
be one. Well,
Yeah.
certainly as events come up, we can
Yeah.
offer them. That being said, certainly, you know, based on your input, we could say like, if you are interested, and then we could have a sign up. And then once we have a certain number, certainly like, I don't have the resources to dedicate.
No, not
Sure.
that. No, that's why I'm asking if we put that out. But honestly, well, you can't, I mean,
Maybe the senior center, maybe that group.
or would high school students be willing to take people, as far as tour?
They wouldn't show.
They're not gonna know.
They wouldn't know in terms of like.
It's a good idea, but I don't think they're gonna know hey, this has been, we've had this refrigerator for X number of years or, you know.
Yeah, the ceiling collapsed
Yeah.
or this, or we have asbestos in this area or.
It was really, really detailed because that's what we need to sell it.
Is it possible for us to consider actually scheduling a date in January for this meeting that we're talking about? Because I really believe that if we don't do something about, this is the date, it just kind of keeps getting.
Yeah.
Shelved.
Yeah, I mean, intentionally, I mean, so in short, yes. I mean, it is going to tie into some of our conversation that we have scheduled tonight for executive session as well too.
I just think it's, you know, if we could have a date on here that says on the back, first public hearing is public forum is whatever that date is, people may take it and put it on their calendar. And I think if we try to, the earlier we get people thinking there's going to be something coming, we may get better attendance rather than people find out 10 days before and then.
I think like each of us that are on either another board or go to board meetings, maybe during public participation, make mention of it. And then that way we kind of build more of a awareness. Yeah.
Just a couple things, testing through, I know this is not live yet, but this still points to example at example.com. So if you go to the title page, and you go down to the bottom, you're looking at the contact, click on contact and well, here, if you press, hit the button there and hit that contact on that page, it says it refers to you. But if you go back,
I brought it directly to the website.
no, I go scroll all the way down. You see that contact button all the way down, Contact is the bottom.
Oh, okay.
That,
Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't do that on the website, so it must be.
I just fixed it.
All better now. Yeah. And then another thing, just looking at this, do we have any, another message to put in latest information? Because according to this, the latest information we have under that is February 2025.
I wonder, could we put, like, you know how on the other trifold, there was all the different things that we've been doing? I wonder if those are things that we could put on there.
They're all on the.
Oh, there.
Yeah, so everything that's on there is on
Okay,
the
I'm just
website, so.
thinking about what.
It may just be the way it's uploading on the phone, so we'll look into it because if I go on my computer, all that information,
Okay.
it may be the way it's ordered
link.
too, so.
So the discussion was about setting a date in January. And I think we need to be clear, the ad hoc committee and I think the Board of Ed were in agreement that it would be hosted by the Board of Ed. The ad hoc committee will be there, but that it's the Board of Ed's public forum, correct?
Mhm.
Just so that we're all on the same page. Okay.
I would agree with that.
Is this going to be a town hall or a community center? Was that much of school?
I would think a school.
It would be good to have.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the school because, I mean, those are the places that are in need, so you'd want to have a site where you can highlight that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have a tour after. And you can do a tour before or after, yeah.
I like that idea. I might have missed this. We hadn't picked an exact date for this. Sorry, I didn't
No.
catch that for a second. Okay.
No, we do not.
Not very far away. So is there a plan for when we're gonna pay attention?
Excuse me.
It's January.
January.
We're looking for a date in
Yeah, so we still have another ad hoc meeting, the first Wednesday in December, and as I indicated, there is a executive session pertains to some of this as well.
Sorry, I stepped out, so I don't hear you say that. I know.
But didn't I thought, Patrick, correct me if I'm wrong here, that this was gonna come back to the board to set a date, and then we would go to the ad hoc and tell them that we've set a date for this community forum, that it would be up to us to set it.
Yeah,
And
so-
that's understandable.
So the Board of Ed is driving it, correct? Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and we'll set it.
Yep.
We can- what's that?
All right. Does that help cover? Are we good?
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, we have new business for a vote for Board of Ed meeting schedule. So if you look on pages 18 and then on 19 is subcommittees, but 18 is the Board of Education meeting schedule and that has to be approved, right, Jess? That's how that, yeah. So is there anything specific about that, Jess, or?
Nope, just a regular vote.
Just a regular vote, and it lists the the meeting dates through the rest of the year. I was just looking, it looks like there's just one in July and August, so I think that's how we've usually done it.
And then one November, one December.
Yeah, every other year you've done one in November. It's the election years, you've done two, based
Oh,
on
because of.
new members and them starting. Because this year was election year and next year there's one meeting listed. And that's per charter, you have to do it your first meeting, because it needs to be filed with the town. So you do have to vote on it. And it's a calendar year, not like school year or fiscal year.
Yeah, it's just January through December meetings. And it lists the start time of 7:00, and again, that the meeting could be held here.
And then I believe your board policy lists that your meetings start at 7. So if you wanted to change 7, you'd have to change your policy.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 East Windsor Board of Education meeting schedule.
Second.
Okay, so Courtney made the motion and Gabby seconded.
Question, please.
Yes.
Down on the bottom, Broadbrook Elementary School, room 8/14 Rice Street, number 9552.
What is that number 955? That's funny. I was just looking at the same thing.
That's like the official mailing address.
It says number 5.
Number 9552. I don't know if that's.
It's been on every.
How observant we are, right?
Just saying.
Yeah, really. I know these things.
Yeah, we can get, I mean, we can get clarification.
I don't.
All right.
If you go on the town's website, that's how the address of Broadbrook, I think, is listed. I'm pretty sure.
We can double check.
Yeah, we can get clarification as far as what that number means too.
All right. All in favor of the dates?
Hi.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you. And then, as I said, the next page has the subcommittee meeting schedule just for your own information and to put things. That would kind of be the cadence of how they fall with the first and the third Wednesday and those types of, or second and fourth Wednesday. All right, liaison and subcommittee reports is next on the agenda. Does anybody have any specific? I know we already kind of talked about ad hoc.
I think we're okay with that. Everybody was just about there anyway, and there was
Kind of covered it with the
previous.
flyer, yes. Was there any other, I know it's kind of been election season and just that kind of thing.
We had curriculum. This is for, oh, it's for liaison, forget it. We had curriculum.
We have a meeting
Tonight, but we,
at 5:30 this evening.
Curriculum.
Brian will be here at our next meeting. Present the budget.
I edited quickly before.
Sorry.
okay, I know sometimes we meet and then talk about it on the next one if there was something that needed to get on the agenda, but was there anything from curriculum? You were just saying,
No,
Courtney, that
no,
you
I
had
don't
done
Maybe I'm forgetting.
presentation, but
About that. Some of the stuff that we talked about today, but the
AP and
not the AP stuff, which is how the whole process worked to the NCSS and like how the process works from like that, almost like the admin side and how they kind of go through everything and then how it breaks down and how the whole system works, kind of like the different tiers and the so basically, it was kind of as a whole, not just for the high school, but it was kind of talked about it in different ways where like the academics, how they would do the tiers and how they have interventions there and then how they have like the behavioral ones and basically but how the whole system breaks down and they're starting to use more subgroups now to get more information. So instead of as a whole, now we're getting like smaller, more details about certain targeted groups and then that helps them to be able to get more data to then be able to break that down more and then have. Great, that was pretty much kind of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Okay,
And I know Courtney described it last time because I remember Patrick saying, wow, that was actually really good.
Missed the last one.
just say, yeah.
It's really good because it helped us kind of understand like how it's approached, why it's approached that way, and then what they're getting out of it, and then it's kind of has to constantly change depending on where things are falling and what tier groups and how things are going, but it's
All right. Were there any other? Go ahead.
I could just say this Sunday is Booster Club's fall purse bingo, so if anybody wants to play, tickets are available.
what time is it?
Doors open at noon and it starts at 1.
Oh, that's early. In Enfield, right? So,
Enfield, yeah, Tangway, American Legion Hall.
Oh, PTO. If you bought pies, they're coming next week. You have to come in here and pick them up. I think it's the 18th. They are looking for anybody who would like to volunteer to help at the holiday store. They do the holiday store here at Broadbrook School where kids all get to go shop
Yeah.
and they really could use them.
Is there a
They
sign-
need bodies.
Is there a sign up sheet or something?
You can you can look it up on their Facebook page or, I can send you something.
Yeah, send me something. 'Cause
They need,
Dave and I did it.
they need bodies, because every child gets taken by a person.
And it's.
Does their shopping
It is really
and
fun.
pays and then they wrap them.
No, the pies are next week. The holiday store.
Oh,
is
pies are
in
tomorrow.
December.
Yeah.
The pies are tomorrow.
Yeah, come on, I bought a couple, so I know there's some.
I'm so confused as to what we come even in. But they are looking for volunteers for the holiday store. It's a 3-day,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the 9th,
10th, 11th, 12th, 9th, 11th, 12th.
12th, right? And you know what? It's heartwarming. If you can volunteer, it's just a wonderful experience.
Sweet.
The joy on their faces, the excitement that they get in getting a squishy from mommy because I mean, it's really hard.
She needs another plastic squishy. It's like a gift.
All right, was that it for liaison and subcommittee? And I don't think we have any more public participation. Under miscellaneous, I was just gonna say, I think the reason I wasn't able to be at the last curriculum, and I was sad to miss my last curriculum, was because it was, senior night for fall sports. So the soccer and track and, those types of things had their senior night at Scout Hall, and it was a nice presentation during the boys soccer game, so. And then we also have something under miscellaneous for adopt a family.
Yes, so in the past, the board has, through, social services sponsored a child. Just wanted to, we kind of took the assumption the board wanted to move in that direction again. So we did move forward with, two. And so, Jessica provided the information on those two, children. So, we are also are adopting, I think, 4 kids this year at central office.
Is there a date as when this has to be turned in?
There is one.
One second. I was gonna say, and usually stuff does it need to be brought to you, Jess, or
Yeah.
to you, Jess? Yeah.
Yeah, the central office is fine. Or if you bring it here, I can take it with me. Everything has to be dropped off on 12/11, which is conveniently the night after our meeting. So
Right there. Does it need to be wrapped?
no, not wrapped.
Not wrapped.
Specifically says not to be wrapped.
I think last year I did like a sign up genius or something like that, like for the board, just because you don't want to get multiples. of
That
stuff.
was
Right.
awesome.
So I can make another one and then email it out to everybody if that works.
Perfect. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, these are a little off my radar. So that's all right.
Here, I don't know.
Did
How
you
hard I got.
have an answer?
I know.
that.
I know this.
They did a lot of little stuff.
Oh. Any switch game.
This of course we have.
And the
Yes.
correspondence is just right in the packet.
Couldn't find. Sorry, what were you saying? Say that.
Sorry, I was just starting to say, there's a couple correspondence that's just right in the packet. I know we're just trying to get to an executive session because someone else is coming in for that, but, there's a few items in correspondence. Was there anything?
Yeah, just 2 things to highlight. The first one, the Board of Ed Subcommittee meeting. I will probably be, well, not probably, I will be, adding a subcommittee on January 28th for, BPR, Board Policy Review. There were several updates, that Shipman Goodwin came, regarding, legislative session. So, and there was a follow-up from the last meeting. So I will be adding that on the 28th.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I think it is in there, so.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
And then the grant and aid award letter.
Yep, so we're pleased to share that the after-school grant in which you had to be an open choice participant. It's not the formal letter, but it's formal enough we feel comfortable sharing. Kudos to Daryl for his grant writing, but we got a grant to run after-school program for 140,000. So we're waiting to see kind of like the formal letter along with some of the details. So we will be hard at work at putting that together, and are excited for the opportunities it will provide all kids in East Windsor.
Is it across grade levels?
It is.
Yeah, every school.
And this is not just summer. This is
not summer.
this is a
After
choice.
school during this school year, just this school year.
Yeah. And is this our first time receiving this grant?
It's the first time the grant existed.
Oh,
Wow, awesome. That's great.
thank you, Daryl.
All right, and then there's a short federal funding update. As far as CSDE and lunch and breakfast, we anticipate they will be funded in terms of that
Through November.
for November.
They just saying through November?
No, I mean, it's, I mean, take it 1 month at a time.
All right, and then there's also a letter that a student is in a performance of Annie. For one of our elementary school students. That's great, yeah. All right.
Else are we good to go?
Good on mine.
Okay, all right, so we do have need for an executive session.